to host this Zoom Live. This is our first B2SO 2.0 Spotlight, which is super, super cool. I want to say thank you to Kayla for being the first of many. That took a lot of bravery and guts, and of course, that's what you are as a powerhouse mama yourself. So super cool. I'm super glad to have you guys who don't know who Kayla is. Kayla is now a confidence coach for divorced moms. And she's going to be sharing her entire story with you guys today, or at least a brief part of the story, right? We all have like the weekend version of our stories, the 1 hour version of our stories, and then kind of like the 5-minute story. But I want you guys to get to know her, what she does. You might want to work with her in the future, or you might know somebody who needs to be a part of her Facebook community that she's supporting women in, and all of that. So that's what this spotlight is all about. The first thing I want to start out with, Kayla, is what made you decide to want to be a part of B2SO? Over the last literally 4.5, 5 months, you've been working hard in this new chapter of your life. So what made you decide to take that plunge?
So I was in a I am in a network marketing company, and I had been following Elise for a long time, and I saw her. I didn't know at the time that she had attended the first B2SO, but I had saw the transformation that she had made. Yeah. And I started learning and hearing more about the coaching lifestyle, and I saw that she was changing so many lives, and she had this call where it was like, or this live where it's like, would you be interested in doing that? And so with that being said, she brought in you into her group, and I was mesmerized. And I was like, I could change people's lives with my overcomings and my accomplishments. And we booked a call, and I said, sign me up.
That's so awesome. So there was tons and tons of events and things that were a part of this 4-month program. But what was your absolute favorite parts? I guess it doesn't have to be just one thing, but what were your favorite parts about the Born to Stand Out program?
So my favorite is all of the women that we connected with and really, truly built these bonds and relationships. Then another favorite is, of course, creating the graphics and the colors and painting my wall pink with gold decorations. Like, I love it. And then my overall favorite has to be the live event in Dallas, where we really connected and bonded with each other. It was a life-changing event. Like, I could never put that in words or express what I got out of it.
So that was just literally just like a week, I guess, week and a half ago. So how do you feel like your life has changed since then? If it was a life-changing event, what do you feel like is different now?
So I came home with such a clear vision on where I wanted to go and the possibilities that were out there. And I have not stopped since I've gotten home. Like, I feel like I am just giddy, and like, I feel like I'm on fire. Like, I just had so much motivation when I left there, knowing the possibilities that I could achieve in my own career and lifestyle.
That's so awesome. I think they're much more than possibilities for you. You are going to make those happen, and it is so fun to see you be on fire, and you're just killing it. Your brand is absolutely beautiful and amazing, and all of that pink goodness, I obviously love, but it's so you. It isn't a duplication or replication of anybody or anything. It is so authentically and genuinely you to the core of your being. I think that that's what's creating all this excitement for you. So let's kind of go back in your story to what brought you here today, because you do look like this amazing, gorgeous, powerful, like this woman who has it all together for her family today. So let's go back to where you were a while back that's brought you to here now.
So I have been divorced for 3.5 years. And I hear little kids at the door. And so I have two little boys. They are 4 and 7. And when I got a divorce, I wasn't even working at the time, so I had to enter back into the workforce. I was working all day, coming home to hustle and do all the mom duties alone, to put them in bed, to lay in there thinking, I haven't even seen my kids in a week, pretty much. And so I knew that there had to be more to life. And I wanted more out of life because my ultimate goal was to always be home with my kids. So I did enter into the network marketing field, and I did leave the corporate job back in June, had been, so a year and a half ago I had left. But I wasn't really being fulfilled with the network marketing business. It's great. I love the product. I love the business. It just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to live out for my kids, because I wasn't, even though I was home, I was always busy pushing my kids aside. So when I started into Born to Stand Out, I really started getting an eye opener of where I could go and what I was going to do with it. So over this course, I have overcome some hurts and pains that I never even knew existed. And I am healed from my divorce. And I feel that my accomplishments, I can use that to change other people's lives with this new business and journey that I am on.
Yeah, which was so cool when we were sitting around in this large group of all these amazing women in B2SO, and you had this like aha moment of how many people have been divorced and how incredibly difficult that situation was. And you just became like emotionally shaken, like from your core to like how much you love and want to serve the world. It was like this combustion of fire and explosion where it's like, I just got clarity on a whole new level. Like it took it like 1,000% over. So it's so cool to see what you've created, even in a short period of time, just having that moment where you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is so exactly what I have to do. So what are you doing now about that? So you're going to show up in the world, you're going to help people through this coaching, through the process of, so would this be for somebody, even if they're not divorced yet, or have they already been divorced? Are they thinking about divorce? Or tell me exactly, who you want to work with.
So, I mean, they don't even necessarily have to be married, because when you split up from somebody that you have poured your heart into for so long, I had been together with my ex-husband for 10 years. So that's all I knew. So entering the new world of having to grow up and take care of business by myself, it was huge for me. So, I mean, my heart is for those single moms. They have no idea where to go from now. Like, how am I going to live life? How am I going to get over all these fears that she doesn't even know exist? These struggles of the financial struggle that she's going through right now, if she's going through it, because not everybody that gets divorced is struggling like I was. And so, yes, she does. She is divorced or is going through a divorce as if it's still in the works. Okay. But, so yeah.
Okay, awesome. So how do you help people? What exactly do you do? What is your program look like?
So my program that I have put together is going to be a 3 to 4 month, I'm narrowing it down, to work one-on-one with each other. We will have weekly calls. We are going to build a foundation of, I'm getting notifications that they can't hear us. But, so the one-on-one program is going to just go over the components that you need to build a strong, solid foundation to love yourself and to move past the pain of your divorce.
Gotcha. Let me double check our connection. So this is all being, well,
And Deanna says, are you going on soon?
Oh no.
Let me ask Ruthie. Ruthie, can you still hear us?
No,
Deanna.
it's saying the content isn't available right now.
Ruthie says that she can hear us. We're good. Keep going, she says.
Okay. Rohana just reacted to a video, so that makes me think that there's something up in live. Man, I just love these tech issues. So, all right. Okay, so let's get back to it. Let's just clarify. So your program is for divorced moms. It's a 3 to 4 month private coaching experience. And why did you select it to be private and just work with people intimately one-on-one? Do you feel like that that's an important part of service to the women that you're going to help?
Yes, because I feel that there's going to be some, I guess you could say baggage or hurts that are going to come up in our sessions that other people, if we were in a group program, would take on those hurts and pains when they really don't need to take on it would be great for the support to have the other women, which is where the group comes into play. But in a group program, I don't think that they all need to be on listening to us pour into each other and listening to their overcoming situations that they're in. And some people might want to be a little more private about it versus in a group. You can't hold nothing back.
Right, totally. I think it is such just like a vulnerable, painful time. Having that one-on-one connection is just going to help so many people. I know if you could go back to where you were 3 years ago, going through what you were going through, no one really understands. And you had told me you felt very alone and isolated. And many people were saying, just go back, just make it work, deal with it. You're making a mistake. And it's like, you knew in your heart that you had to do something for you and your boys and everything that was ahead of you. And so to have somebody support you in that transformation, I know is really like the birth of why you're doing this, being able to, step by step support somebody else in the decisions and their heart-centered, guide that's telling them, hey, do this. There's something better for you. There's happiness around the corner and all of that. So tell us a little bit, like, relationship wise, where you are today, and how the process of kind of how you healed and got you to where you're at is why you're happy in the relationship that you're in.
So when I first got divorced, I actually went straight into the dating field because I was like, I don't want to be alone. I had been with someone for so long and I was scared to be alone, but I really didn't know and understand that at that time. And it moved very quickly, got engaged, moved on. That's more that I will share deeply in my group. But I started dating Thomas, is who I am dating now. And we've been together for 2.5 years. And at the beginning, it wasn't just this magical thing because I wasn't healed at that time. And I wish that I was, because I passed on some of those hurts and pains. I brought those into the relationship and had these expectations for him that he would have never been able to meet if I was healed and past it, which, I know that this is a stepping stone in my journey and seeing how I could not revert to the old me and how to bring out the new me in the relationship. Mm-hmm. And I will actually say, when I actually declared that I was dating my dream man, like, our relationship has totally changed. Like, it's real. Like, I've been telling people about it because I wasn't always focusing on the things that he wasn't doing, because who does everything perfect in the relationship other than Sabrina's husband?
I love it.
But I mean, like, once I started really focusing on the positive and the good and everything that he was doing and how happy I was in my relationship, the relationship has actually changed. I've seen a difference in him and myself. So I am very happy where I am and plan for him to not go anywhere.
I love it. That's so, so cool. So how would somebody watching this connect with you, follow you, just get to know you more and about your work and just kind of you sharing your gifts with the world?
So I have created a Facebook group for divorced mamas or women. There's people that have been divorced for a long time that are actually remarried, but there's also people in there that are recently divorced. And I have named the community Heal First, Date Later to really focus on who you are as a person and overcoming those pains. And then I also have a webinar this Sunday for it's called Fall in Love with Yourself After Divorce. It's at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time this Sunday. And I can post a link in the comments, right? And so you will just click it and sign up and come have some mimosas maybe with you because it will be 10 a.m. on Sunday morning.
I love it. I've definitely had myself some mimosas hosting and attending webinars on Saturday mornings. It's one of my favorite times. But right now I'm having mommy mimosas. So I'll be festive with you. But this webinar will be really, really important for anybody who is going through this process of current divorce, recent divorce. Maybe it's been a while, but you're still suffering daily and struggling with, just the tough stuff, the baggage, if you will, or just the pain that another person's caused you, or the guilt, questioning if you did the right thing for your kids. I mean, there's just so much to that. So I'm super excited that you are offering this to so many people. And I know that the people that attend will be totally blessed by it, and that they'll grow and they'll deepen their own relationships with themselves, and really kind of that self-forgiveness and all of that you can do to make that healing process. Because I think everybody wants to hop back in the dating world and find the dream man, right? I mean, that's the end goal. I love what you said though, like that the perfection or the iconic, wonderful doesn't really exist. I know my husband and I were discussing how many times when a failed relationship takes place, people jump into the opposite. They jump into the exact difference of what they didn't have. And then all of a sudden they realize, oh, that was too much. Like, I didn't love that, but like the opposite, I can't handle it all. Or, whatever. So people really do go from one extreme to the other because they don't really know. They just know what they don't like or what they're sick of, what they're completely tired of. And then they go the opposite direction, and that doesn't exactly work either. So I think that there's so much clarity. There's so much self-discovery needed in that period of time when one chapter is ending and something else potentially could be beginning. So I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. And I know you're going to help so many people. So the Facebook group name is Heal First, Date Later. The webinar is Sunday, 10 a.m. Fall in Love with Yourself After Divorce. So I want to ask you this. What do you feel is your biggest success yet in your business, as a mompreneur, as an entrepreneur, creating this life for your family?
So my biggest success is going to be my own self-growth. Like, I have started overcoming self-limiting beliefs that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know what a self-limiting belief was. I have overcome my fears because you tell us to just do it anyway. Yes. And I have come out of my comfort zone so much, like hugely. And lastly, just believing that I have the ability to change somebody else's life. Mm-hmm. And that was really made clear on my way home from Dallas when I called my girlfriend and told her. She just poured into everything on my phone call, and that's exactly where I was going with my coaching business, and she had no idea. So that was like a huge eye-opener of that I am worthy, and I am moving on and able to help other people with my life story and overcoming problems and fears that I had.
So cool. I couldn't be more excited for you. Whoa, I'm getting all this feedback. Weird. I'm super excited for you. I know that you're going to help a lot of moms through one of the most difficult stages that I think anybody's life has ever had to go through. And you're so gifted and talented in that. You've been there, you've done that, you've crossed that bridge, you've been through that pain. In a way that only you could relate to a lot of people's struggles and things like that. So the last thing that I want to ask you today, because this is always one of the greatest things that I feel like I'm called to do in life, it's to help women dream bigger, go after things in their life that they never thought were possible, or that they've been telling themselves for years they would never be able to do, never be able to have, set that on a shelf, tell themselves a story that that's for somebody else's life. So I know that you are dreaming bigger than you ever have in your whole life. You have many things that you shared with me that you want to see come true for your business, but I'd love for you to share that with anybody, what your biggest dreams and plans are to come true for you.
So as I look at my 3 vision boards right here that I did not have before Born to Stand Out, and I sit right next to my desk. And it is very detailed, as Natalie says. Not only do I have the house, I have the furniture and the kitchen that I want. And so my big dreams would be able to, of course, like anybody, not financially struggle as I did. I'm much better now than I even was a year ago, but to even just overcome that by 10 times. And then, of course, my kids are on their vision board for their Disney cruise, because that is not just a normal cruise. That's an extraordinary, amazing cruise is what I've been told. And then to be able to financially pay for a house in 3 years, whether I have it built or buy one already made, but to be able to just provide a life for my kids and be the best example for them and show them the way and teach them. They have their own vision boards of what they want to do, and dreaming and knowing that anything is possible and that you can achieve it. Because I didn't really, you say, oh, I wish I had, or, I wish, or they just got lucky, they have the right friends. And I've learned that's not it. You just need to set your dreams and your goals and just go after them. And like I told a friend just the other day, put your blinders on and just go for it. And because you can live the life that you want, you can dream it and then go achieve it.
I love it. I have chills because you have made a huge leap towards that belief, that mindset, that woman that's like, nothing's stopping me, nothing's getting in the way, no excuses. This one's juggling. Not only do you have your kids, a lot of times you have other people's kids. I don't know if they're your sisters or somebody, but you have always got a clan full of kids. And I just want to say, Kayla, you're making a huge difference in all those kids' lives, because they're seeing you not only be there and present for them and, take them to the water park or wherever you're at, the beach, but you're also putting aside time for you to grow and expand your brand, your business, and you're doing it on a really consistent basis, which is such an amazing thing. And to see kids dreaming and having their own vision and believing that anything is possible for them is the ripple that I choose to hope to create in the world. And I clearly see that it's working because you are doing that for them. And that is so incredible and it's so powerful. And I think that ultimately is the definition of legacy. Legacy, leaving behind with a mindset and a belief that make a dream board about it, chase your dream, go make it happen. Anything's possible for you is a gift that not many people in the world, are being given. They're like, you'll never be that. You're from here. You're to this,
I get told It's called reality, Kayla. No, you're all wrong. You are all wrong. It's not reality.
You create your reality, right? Between the 6 inches up here, what you believe possible for you. So I think it's super cool. I want to celebrate you and congratulate you on all the success that you've had up to this point. But I also want to say, I think that it's just getting started and that there's so many women ahead whose lives are going to impact and change. And I'm just excited to be a cheerleader, getting to see it from the outside, knowing that you took the leap of faith, that you're out of your comfort zone, you're slaying fears that you didn't even know you were going to have, like being on this live right now and doing it consistently to serve women out there that you know you're called to. So thanks so much for joining. I hope everyone on Facebook Live was able to see this. If not, here's what I promise to you. Kayla and I will sit down for another few minutes and re-record this if we see that people weren't able to attend or hear this, because I want you guys to hear her story. So lots of love to you. See you soon. Take care, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.